Good afternoon, students. Today we will see about PT assessments in Bursar disease. So basically, Bursar disease, as we all know, that it is a one kind of an arterial disease. Okay, so artery is basically, if you see the anatomy, it is basically made up of three parts. That is, or three layers. That is tunica intima, tunica media, and tunica adventita. Intima is inner, media is medium, adventita is outer side, which is made up of combination of both smooth muscle as well as some part of connective tissue. So if you see the PT assessment, so first the patient will have a chief complaint. Normally we will take a demographic data. Mostly it happen after 40 years of age in male or female as well. So first history will be, chief complaint will be that patient will have pain in the lower limbs or pain in rest time. While doing work, patient does not have much problem. By taking rest, patient having a problem with the pain, or there is a certain amount of black color of discoloration can happen in the toes of the foot. So that can be a mostly a chief complaint of the patient, and many times patient has came with a certain amount of ulcer development. So initially the pain will be a, first we have to look for what kind of pain, what is the site, what is the character, and what is the radiation nature. Okay, so mostly the site will be on the foot, calf, or in the lower thigh. Pain appear with the walking, or patient have stop walking, then pain will be disappear. That has to be asked. And if patient mention that after certain distance he feel a pain, like he can walk up to 100 yards or 200 yards, and after that patient have a certain amount of pain started, so that is called as the claudication distance. Normally that is called as intermittent claudication. So whatever the time pain free, that is called as the claudication distance. So it can be compared with the time of admission and time of post treatment after 15 session or 20 sessions. And progression of the claudication can be happen if the patient walking distance has reduced. Suppose patient was able to do a 150 yards of walk, now it is reduced up to the 100 yards or 50 yards after a certain period of time, whether patient is diagnosed and could not continue treatment or not follow the command. So patient, we have to ask for the whether patient is having claudication pain or rest pain or both of that, side of the pain, and whether development of any ulcer or gangrene area or blackish spotting around the toes or in the foot. And simply, what is the relieving factors, how does the pain is getting relieved after doing a certain amount of activity, or most commonly the patient will have a traditional tool that patient hang the both the legs end of the bed and patient get the relief. And detail about the ulceration or gallstone has to be taken, that when this ulceration or gangrene has been developed, how it has been developed, what was the previous color, and now what is the actual color, and the patient is having any recorded back data like in videos, or patient has taken snaps. That can be a fruitful, that when the onset was started and now how it is a progress to the when the patient is came to you. Any history of a superficial phlebitis. So basically we have to look for any kind of superficial phlebitis is present or not, especially in the discoloration in the superficial veins. Any history of regarding Raynaud's phenomena. So Raynaud's phenomena is basically a one kind of an pathological changes happen in a arteries, superficial arteries. Mostly it's become a pallor, then after it's become dusky red, while and have a severe burning, most common in the winter season. Then inquire about the chest pain or it's related with the exercise. Is patient is doing any physical activities or any exercise prescribed by physiotherapist or any other traditional physiotherapy, traditional exercise. Then if the patient is having a pain in the chest region or angina, that has to be looked for. And any history should be done, check out for the any blackout or loss of consciousness. LOC is maintained, or many times the patient have history that whenever I started exercise, after few minutes I got a black down for some minutes, then after again I recover to normal. So that has to be looked for in the detailed history part. And most common is a work of nature. that how the job or occupation he is doing. Mostly that most commonly seeing the teaching staff, teachers, professors, surgeons, long surgeons like neurosurgeries or plastic surgeries, and policemen, industrial worker or field workers have a most common uh, history develop chances to develop a certain amount of certain amount of Berger disease. So that occupational history also play a major role, that since what time he is doing the same job and nature of the job is since many years. Most commonly it is happening after 10 to 20 years, but now because of the early comorbidity or different comorbidity it can arise in a 2 to 5 years also. Bladder and bowel habit has to be looked for. Similar illness in the other limb in the past, whether same symptom has been developed in the past and it has been resolved, how it has resolved, whether with any medications, any physiotherapy or any other modalities has been used by the patient, and whether he has a past history of same. Then personal history, mostly a smoking. In we have to count how much the pack years. So normally one pack year is equal to 20 cigarette per day for 365, that is considered as the pack year. So that is called as one pack year. Now depends on the how the patient is smoking and how much amount of pack year has been developed. There are number of researches which showing a different pack years for different diseases. Family history, same amount of the disease has been there in the family, mostly the parents or siblings. Treatment history, any drug treatment has been taken, then what, or any surgical history has been done, like a small kind of thromboleptomy has been done, or many time minor amputation has been done, or IND has been done. So that has to be looked for if it has been done in the past. Then physical examination. So first we will see the general survey pulses, how the pulse rate is there below the below the injury or below the area and above the area. Character of the pulse, whether it is continuous, abnormal, flappy or something like that. Decubitus, the patient may be comfortable with the affected leg hanging below the level of the bed. Many times I have, when the patient is hanging the leg on the furniture, either on the chair, sofa or the bed, in the gravity dependent position, the patient will relax. Or many times it is a reverse position, that patient hang the bed on the above 45 degree, then patient feel relax. Local examination. So local examination will include the inspection. So keep the both the limb by the side, note down the attitude of the limb. Any deformity has been developed in the toes or in the ankle level, that has to be noted. Any muscle wasting in the thigh, calf or the foot, that has to be looked for. Now we have to look for the conditions of the vein, whether both veins are seen with the naked eye or not. If it is there, then how's the color? And discoloration has been, that has to be known. Look for the guttering of the veins. In ischemic limb, veins will be collapsed and pale blue gutter are seen along with the course of the vein, that become a bluish. So that has to be looked for, and this may appear with the patients in supine line while elevating the limb during the Berger stage. What do you mean by guttering of the veins? That is a normal question will arise. So in a normal person, when veins on the legs are full and the legs are raised above the level of the heart, vein will collapse. And however, if the circulation is normal, vein do not empty completely. In case of you and me, we are normal. So whenever there is rise of the limb above the heart level or mostly in the 45 degree, then this all the veins will become collapse and it will become not completely empty. It will be certain amount of residual volume will be there. But in case of an abnormality in veins, there will be completely empty. Then it's become a, we can say that patient is having a development of a certain amount of guttering. In ischemic limbs, veins may remain collapsed. In case of severe ischemia, rising the limb up to 10 to 15 degree, pale blue gutter may appear along with the course of the vein. Wherever the blood will be drained, the complete area become a pale and blue. This is called as the guttering of the vein. Now look for the sign of peripheral ischemia. We have to look for in observation the conditions of the skin, that is thin skin and shiny skin. Loss of subcutaneous fat, there will be no fat between the direct bony tissue or muscle tissue in between the skin. Loss of diminished hair over the toes and dorsum of the foot, that is most common in the males, because female already having a less amount of hairs over the dorsum of the foot and toes. Changes in the nail color, whether the nail are brittle and transfer ridges on the nail will be noted in a Bursar's disease. Now gangrene, whether the gangrene has been developed. If it is developed, then what type of it is, site and extent and area of the gangrene has to be noted. Then line of demarcation, note the level and the depth of the demarcation, whether the skin and muscle or bone or it go deep till level. Then palpation, so that will be considered as the skin temperature, size of the gangrene, sensation around the gangrene area, and whether the edema is there. If it is there, then it is a pitting edema or non-pitting edema. So that is all are the basic or special part is to be looked for in a Bursar's disease or Bursar's assessment of the PT. Now we will look for the physical examination, that is called as a Bursar's test. So in a normal person will keep the leg on the 90 degree without any appearance of the pallor. But in case of a patient with the Bursar's problems, will have appearance of the pallor around 20 degree only, or it indicates a severe ischemia. Clear? If in you and me we keep the angle of the hip to 90 degree also, there will be no appearance of the pallor. But in case of our Bursar's problems or the patient with a non-history of Bursar's disease, if it is go up to the 10 to 20 degree of elevation of the hip, then there will be a certain amount of pallor will be developed that will be responsible for or giving a indication that patient has developed a severe ischemia. So that is a special test or physical examination as a part of physiotherapy we have to do so. And how will you assess the Bursar's angle of circulatory insufficiency while angle? So there are certain parameters that how we have to check for that whether patient is developing. Suppose the patient is not developing on 20 days, so it does not mean that patient is normal or patient does not have a Bursar's problem. That may be a very severe cases are there. That time we will able to rise up the problems on the 20 degree. But initially, if the patient is on early stage or acute stage, then we have to look for the patient, take them to the 20 degree of angles for 2 minutes, then look for any pallor or any discomfort or pain. Then if it is not there, then go to the 30 degree. Then still it is not there, then go to the 45 degree, then 60 degree, then 90 degree, like that. If all the angles patient does not have any problem, then we can consider as the patient does not have Bursar's problem, but patient may have some other deficiencies of the vascular problems or other lower limb problems. Is it clear? So this is how the physical examination we have to do for Bursar's disease. Other whatever the examination we do or assessment format we follow as a part of physiotherapy, that has to be looked for, but that is for specialized for the Bursar's disease, or the patient have a history or we have a differential diagnosis regarding Bursar's disease, then has to be confirmed with the physical examination with such amount of physical examination. Is it clear? Now how we will assess the capillary filling time, that how when the capillary is getting fill off. Clear? So that is called as how we have to look for. Other test is cross leg test for Fuchs test. That will continue in the next video. Thank you.